Thanks to the support of channel member Ryan Fitzpatrick. Well, it turns out, as expected, we're actually quite good, and it looks like we are in a race to qualify for the Champions League. We'll learn more in today's episode when we play against another team who are in that race. But first, I've got to show you when we play the mackerel, haven't I? We've got to see the mackerel. So this is how the league table's looking. 9 games in. We are 4th in the league. Yeah, we're 8 points off the top of the table. We're not going to win the league, but we just need to finish top 5 because that's enough to get us into the Champions League. And that form is looking pretty solid, if you ask me. I mean, we've only lost 1 in our last, 8 matches? Which is a jolly nice position to be in. We did lose Oke only for 3 matches in the end. We managed to rush him back super early from his injury. And I mean, we didn't have to play him in any of the cup games, which is also handy because the non-registered keepers can play in the cup games. But yeah, only missed those 3 matches and it didn't do too much damage. They were the matches where we struggled. So I think it was like that one. I think that defeat was probably because we didn't have a goalkeeper, if I recall. But otherwise, things have been going pretty well. That's the league table. And now we just need to keep winning football matches. The Raging Mackerel are just outside the relegation zone, 1 point above the relegation zone. We might put them into the relegation zone today because we're quite good. But we play them first, and then we play Buriram United, who are second in the league, and traditionally the second best team in the league, and they're always kind of there or thereabouts. We've also got the highest rated player in the league. Umar Tamba is having a lovely season. I mean, look at that for a return. 3 goals and 7 assists from 8 appearances, a 7.66. Yes, he takes the corners, but goodness me, does he take a lovely corner. And we've also had Esomba make his full debut for full Cameroon. So we've actually got some quite good players. Let's prove it by beating the mackerel. We're going with Oke in goal, a back four of Basena, Matsumura, No Yun Sang, Wong Noi at right back, Solomon, Tamba and Esombra the midfield, and then Naruela, the left winger, who was really, really good at the end of last season and we've not given a start to yet this year. But Glavaki's been tiring in the last few games. He is only 18. We've had to be substituting him in the last few games. So we're giving him a little bit of a rest and giving Naruela run out on the left. Likewise, on the right, trying something a little bit different with Boud Jaren, who's been here forever, but I've never really given much of an opportunity to. So we're trying a couple of different wingers, a little bit of rotation against a team we should be capable of beating. And then Dangaran up front, who is starting to hammer in the goals now, although he doesn't have a particularly good average rating. But he is scoring a decent number of goals. See, there's your proof. I don't always go with what Quick Pick wants me to do. Quick Pick wants Glavaki back in the team. I think at 18 years old, you've got to rest him. We've got to learn from young players being overplayed in real life and picking up injuries. I think this is a match we can just give him a little bit of a rest for. We've got a very adequate replacement who can come in and play for us today. If it doesn't go well, we just won't use him next time. But it just means we get to save our superstar youngster for the big game against the team 1 spot above us in the table, and hopefully get past a weaker team without needing to risk him. That's the logic that I'm offering. Maybe it's incorrect logic, but I think it makes sense to at least try. Certainly when you lot are watching, at least try and not break my young players. Right, Boud Jaren on the right-hand side. I mean, he's got decent pace, bursts into the area, and that's why you occasionally try players who you're not using very often, because they might just step up into the team and give you something to think about going forward. I mean, Dangaran has picked up a knock there. He's rolling around. It looks like his hips have disconnected from his upper body from the angle we were looking at him there, but we might not need him if our wingers can burst through and do stuff like that. And yeah, it is a proper injury. He did not look in a good way. Lower leg injury. He might have broken his leg there. Things were sticking off him at very unusual angles. I mean, we have got Boonchen who can come on, who was our top scorer last year. So it's not that we're not a 1 striker in the squad team anymore, like I have been multiple times in the past. But we could do without having our captain pick up a serious injury, but we are causing serious problems from these corners. Tamba, just an assist machine, and he is going to look to grab himself another one here because he just hits an absolute beauty of a corner, gets it right into that danger area, and then we've got a lot of big, strong boys who are just in there ready to convert. In other news, I am sickened to see the Mackerel playing a flat back six. It's hideous, and also interesting to see that there's been quite a lot of player turnover there. I mean, they have still got Ratinho and Putlane ridiculously playing them the wrong way round. I mean, Ratinho is a deep lying forward, Putlane's a poacher. Play him the other way around, but Igor's still in there as well, and they've still got Saedi, the big boy at the back, who is getting involved in defending these dangerous corners that we like to hurl in. But yeah, there seems like there's been a lot of player turnover there, which seems like an odd decision when we'd been performing so far above our level when I was there. But then I guess they also had the wage budget slashed, so they've probably had to get rid of some of the higher earning players and replace them with maybe slightly lesser quality. I mean, the current manager is not doing a terrible job. They're not in the relegation zone, so that's got to be a positive. We've just hit the post there, I think. We were offside anyway. It wouldn't have counted, but I mean, we've looked very lively and probably should have more than one goal to show for it. There's always the worry when you only grab that one goal when you're dominating the match that you do let the opposition back in, and they are. I mean, we know they're pretty dangerous with that front two. They're not going to need many chances. Putlane in particular doesn't need to be given many opportunities before he'll grab a goal. It comes all the way back to Wongnoi, who we did spend real cash money funds on in the summer, and then we haven't really used him. So he's another one who's getting a bit of an opportunity today. And there is Asomba, the new Cameroonian international, who, I mean, the amount of times he's come close to scoring his first goal for us. I think he had the ball in the back of the net in the last episode. He always looks threatening, bursting out of midfield. I'm a little bit surprised to see that's his first goal. In my head, he's been much more of an attacking influence, but I guess he's just creating problems, causing havoc. And that's the first time he actually gets the credit to his name for getting the ball into the back of the net. But at 2-0, this should theoretically be dropped down into second gear and then cruise through to the end of the match now, and not let the Mackerel back in. But as I'm saying that, we're letting them back in. They're coming down our right-hand side, cut inside. It's taken an absolutely wicked deflection, and there is an immediate goal back. And look how happy they all are, bless them, in their lovely blue shirts. I mean, this deflection is monstrous. I think it's gone down as a goal for the winger coming in off that left-hand side. It looked like it was, I mean, that's such a big deflection. That's an own goal, surely. There's no way that's going in from the original shot. But now we leave ourselves with a little bit of work to do again. And it's with Tamba. Tamba plays it across to Soliman. Soliman to Asomba, who shoots from range, and he scored again. There you go. He just needed to pop his cherry. And now am I saying that in a YouTube video? He just needed to grab his first goal, and now he's got his second one. And I mean, that's even better than the first, isn't it? What a finish. He's taken that back to goal and then lifted it over and around the goalkeeper. Spectacular stuff from I mean, arguably our best player. We've got a few candidates for best player status, but certainly that midfield pairing has been very impressive all season long, and I think we are going to make a couple of changes now. I don't have Glavaki on the bench because I'm trying to actually rest him, so I didn't want to. I knew if he was on the bench, I would end up bringing him on. So we're going to bring on the backup left back instead, Sunthornfit. Suntorn. I don't know how you say his name. This guy's coming on, and fingers crossed we don't let the Mackerel back into the game for a second time. Putlane has dropped very, very deep there. I just can't help but think they're playing that front two the wrong way round, and Putlane will be much more dangerous playing on the shoulder of the last man and let Ratinho be the guy who drops into those little pockets and creates space. That's great work from our centre back. And there is Bunchen, and there is number 4. Suspicions potentially of offside. The referee is having a little look. Come on, VAR, do your thing. It's 4-1. We don't want to humiliate the Mackerel, but we're a good team and they're not. And we're up to 3rd in the league. And I mean, we play 2nd in the league. We could end this episode 2nd in the league table. There's not a chance we catch the leaders and are in a title race this year. They're so far ahead of everybody else. But we certainly are looking good for the Champions League at this point, and Putt Lane has been absolutely clattered there. Ratinho, because he's only a little guy, can't get up for his header. And once, I mean, this, some people question why I didn't buy anyone for the Mackerel and bring him in. I mean, just see how many times we're just the first to everything. We're a level above all of our players, a level above all of their players. It shows what a good job. Why is that happening there? Oh, because Putt Lane's still down. It shows what a good job we did keeping the Mackerel in the league last year. Right, Tamba's now injured. And also Yun Sang is going to come off and have a little bit of a sit down. He's earned himself a little bit of a rest. Some good play from him again today. And bless him, the Mackerel are now down in the relegation zone. It hurts me that I'm the man who's put them there. And they might not ever recover from that because they don't look like they've got a lot to offer. And if we've actually broken Putt Lane as well, who presumably is still the main goal threat, that could be season ending. But it could. I mean, I'm just sad. I don't want him. I want him to stay up, but I also want us to get into the Champions League. I want to get out of Asia eventually. We've got an entire world to conquer. We can't spend the entire save messing around in Thailand. Ratinho, decent effort from him, but okay, is equal to it. Pushes it around the side for the corner, and I mean, you would like to think we've got enough about us to be able to defend a corner, even with Sayedi in the Mackerel side. We've got a lot of big boys, and we do deal with it relatively comfortably. And it's going to fall to Buriram, and he, rather than actually counter-attack, he decides to play it back to Asomba. And now he's going to run at the defence. I mean, where was this when you were potentially clear? You're a coward. I mean, he has scored a good goal today. Let's not pick on him too much. But, oh, Putt Lane's fine. He's up and running around. I thought we'd snapped him. I mean, he's playing very, very deep. He may as well not be on the pitch if he's going to come that deep. It's sad to see what he's lowered himself to. But at least we've not injured him. Asomba looking for a hat-trick, lays it after Bunjara, and instead there is Asomba, and Asomba has his hat-trick. It's taken him, 10 matches to finally score his first goal for the Gamecocks. And he's done it in style. A hat-trick for Asomba. And, I mean, it's no less than he deserves. And, I mean, it's a very tidy finish. And it's 5. And please leave the Mackerel alone now. We don't need to completely kill them off. And I don't think they've actually slipped into the relegation zone. I think I can claim it wasn't me who put them there. Yeah, there you go. They're still one place above the relegation zone. So if they do go down this year, it's not my fault. Second place clash against Buriram now. So Buriram then, as well as being second in the league, they're also all the way over here. We don't travel all the way over here very often. And it looks like the stadium, the Chang Arena, is right next to a castle. I kind of want to see the castle as much as I want to see the stadium. Can we just have a quick look at the castle? I mean, that's a coffee shop. I mean, it looks like a very snazzy area. I tell you what, this is clearly the fancy part. This isn't what I had in mind when I saw a castle. Is that the castle there, maybe? But this is definitely the fancy part of Thailand, that's for sure. Let's have a look at the Chang Arena. It's another one where we can go right into the middle of the pitch. Wow, the Thunder Castle. I tell you what, this is a football stadium. Can we have a little look outside? I want to see the area we're in, but I mean, it's fair to say it's proper fancy. Look at it. There's a McDonald's out here as well. We've got everything. Where's the McDonald's? There's the McDonald's. A McDonald's and a Dunkin' Donuts. Wowzers. We're living the dream. I want to manage this lot. And as mentioned, they are second in the league. 32,000 capacity on the Chang Arena. There's a few big teams in the league, and they're definitely one of them. It's these guys, the big Champions League guys. That's the kind of level we need to get to. Interestingly as well, Tamba, look, slowly but surely becoming one of the best players in the league. How long until he breaks into the Dream 11? That would be a lovely thing. And what is also a lovely thing is that we've gone back to our full strength team for this game. So Thodsenik comes back in at right back. Glavaki comes in on the left. Aquila comes in on the right. And the only place we're not full strength is up front because Danguran is out for 4 to 6 weeks with shin splints. I didn't know you could spontaneously get shin splints in the middle of a match. I thought shin splints was an injury that accumulated over time, but it means Boon Chen is back in for another little run in the team and he never lets us down. So I have no issue with him being back in. But this is a big test for us. We're a good team in good form. We're third in the league, playing against the team in second in the league, away from home. I mean, we've seen the fancy setup they've got. I've treated everyone to a chicken nugget. I mean, I'm one chicken nugget each. No, they can all have a Minecraft adult Happy Meal. 9 nuggets and a Minecraft toy. Is that still going? I had one of them last week. It was great. Adult Happy Meals should have been a thing for years. Not a sponsorship from McDonald's, but if they are interested, just send nuggets my way, thank you. But yeah, if we can somehow pick up a victory away from home against one of the real top teams in this league, we're not only starting to look good for that Champions League qualification, you then start to think, well, what might we do if we get into the Champions League? And also, could we even have a cheeky little flirt with maybe winning the league? Wouldn't that be a lovely thing? I have been made aware by the comments, though, that I do need to be a little bit afraid of the Champions League should we get there, because although we're allowed 9 foreign players in our domestic squad, apparently, and I've not checked this, so I'm going by one comment that one person's made, so it could be a complete lie, but apparently you're only allowed 5 foreign players in the Champions League. And if that's the case, even if we qualify, we've got no chance of winning it from Thailand. And that does kind of mean we're going to have to go to Japan or Korea or Saudi Arabia to win the Champions League from Asia. So that's something to bear in mind. So I don't think we're going to get a team where more than half of the team are Thai and capable of winning the Champions League. Maybe Thai football is going to really, really push on, but I suspect might not be the case. That is a lovely finish. Please let that give that, referee. I mean, we're 1-0 down against a much better team. We're the little guys. We had to eat at McDonald's on the way here. No? I mean, it was such a nice finish as well. I mean, we'll have a look at it from the other angle because I feel hard done by. He's never offside. We're the underdogs. We should be allowed 3 feet. We should get 3 feet of give. That's not the word I'm looking for. You know the word I'm looking for. I've taken some paracetamol for my bad back. It's made my brain not work. I don't take painkillers. I hate having my brain not work. It's slowed my brain down half a pace. And see, I can't get my words out now. It's all going wrong. What's also going wrong is the fact that we're losing. At what point do we go attacking? Probably half time, unless we can find a way back in before then. Let's offer some encouragement. Oh my word. Was that a save from Oke or did that hit the post? I think that was a save, in which case it's a very good save because he doesn't get down very quickly. He's a big boy. And that came in at like shin height, and they're the kind of shots he normally lets past him. But he seems to have done pretty well there. And I mean, looking at the match stats, it's been a fairly even match. And I do feel a little bit hard done by that they've scored and we haven't. We haven't really got anyone who's playing particularly well, but then neither have they. We're kind of cancelling each other out at the moment. I've pressed the wrong thing there. I might have upset everybody. We're going attacking. Doesn't matter if we've upset them. They need to grow up. Grow up, you wallies. I mean, we are still in third, even if it ends like this. Yes, Port have got 2 games in hand on us. Ratchaburi have a game in hand. Konkan have a game in hand. So we're not very secure in third place. But we're in the mix still. Being in the mix is important. Right, let's demand more. Somebody get a hold of this game and do something. Tamba, we've just been talking about you potentially being one of the best players in the league. This is the kind of match where you need to step up and show us that you're one of the best players in the league. You're on a 6.3 at the moment. That doesn't really get the job done. And they're trying to get in behind us again here. They have slowed things right down again, which is a bit of an interesting decision. getting in behind our fullback and then just stopping and letting everybody get back into position. But I guess they're so confident that they're better than us that they'll wait to carve out a good chance. And we've rode our luck a little bit there. Let's come back off the crossbar, came down, looked like it potentially could have bounced over the line, but we have got away with it. But we need to make some changes. And this is where not having a third good striker becomes a little bit of a problem. We have got Tramley, who did score. He had one good game for us last year. I think it was in an episode. I remember mentioning his name. So he can come on up front. Tamba is not having a nice time, so he's going to come off. And we'll also bring on a slightly more attacking wing back. And we'll give it another 10 minutes before we go very attacking, but we are going to demand more. An equaliser would be super. We take a draw here. We're not expecting to come to places like this and win just yet. See, this is why I had to rest the wingers before. They're now both tired. So I guess we bring on the two guys who started in the last game. I mean, they were pretty useful in the last game. Now they get the final 10 minutes here with us going gung-ho, throwing everything forward, including Oke going forward for corners, all 6'6" of him. But first, we've got to do some defending. Free kick comes in and, I mean, Oke didn't really move for it, but I guess he knew it was always going wide. He could judge it better than me. He was closer to the action. Right, we're about to hit the 90th minute. Goal kick comes straight back at us, but there is Buriram and plays it forward to Esomba, who immediately gives the ball away. I thought we were getting a highlight here, but I'm worrying it might be their highlight, and that's not okay. And Tramley, not really... I mean, he's not doing any worse than any of the attackers who've been on for the rest of the game. We just feel similar to how we looked a level above the Mackerel. I think we might be a level below this lot, and maybe we're flattering ourselves a little bit with that league position because we've got on a good run when we haven't really played against anybody any good. And maybe we are just a mid-table team who were on a good run of form. Maybe rather than looking at second place or flirting with winning the league, we should be fully focused on trying to sneak into fifth place and get into the Champions League by any way possible, and using that as a platform to get me to Japan or get me to Korea, because, yeah, we're a little bit further away than I hoped we might be. There's like 3 mini leagues within this league, and we're probably the best team in the middle one, which is not a terrible position to be in, but doesn't necessarily scream Champions League this year. See how we get on. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.